Hey, good evening, traders. This is Trader Tim from over at eMiniMind.com, and we are doing a Wednesday market analysis in light of the Labor Day holiday on Monday. Today is September 6th, 2017. Some interesting developments that we had towards the end of last week, starting off this week. The short, that daily 50% retracement short, failed at 61.8, and last week we had talked about when we get into these situations where we've got a long below us and a short above us, when do we know which direction to trade off of? Well, it's once we break the 61.8 in one direction or another, we can then start looking for daily setups in that direction. So in this case, the short broke, so we can look for longs, and that's exactly what we had yesterday, drawing from lows to highs. Again, we have the bigger daily below us, anchor point back in May, to highs. We pulled back to 24.20. That target is up at 25.20. And then this smaller daily that we've just set up into. Now, interestingly, last week we we pierced the previous swing high, and we have now put in potentially a higher low if we can break yesterday's high. So if we can cross 24.7125s, that would be a break of the low price of the highest, break of the high price of the lowest bar in the pullback, and that would solidify the higher low. And so that would really be a pretty bullish situation, and that target is above us at 24.95s. And as I've talked about on this whole move up, 2500 is definitely a level that we could see kind of act as a magnet. So we'll see how quickly we move there, if we can move higher tomorrow. We'll be doing a live trading session tomorrow. I moved it over from Tuesday. You can check that out over at eminimind.com/VIP. If we look at some of the other top line figures, we get kind of the same scenario on 3 of the 4. S&P swing high broke the previous swing high, very important level. The Dow very close, so I guess 2 of the 4. Dow making almost a double top, if you will. The Nasdaq very strong, breaking the previous high and the high from back in the beginning of August. And then the Russell, the weakest, not breaking its previous swing high, but still well away from the all-time high here. We can see broke the 61.8, but still some room to move higher. If we look at some of the bigger names, not doing a whole lot. Google, Apple, trending better. Certainly a good one to keep your eye on these pullbacks, to look for a potential long, getting long above the high, the low bar in the pullback. Amazon, like Google, just kind of moving sideways. And then that fourth one, Netflix, looking pretty good, just like Apple, looking for pullbacks to buy on another move higher as Netflix heads towards 200. So all things overall looking fairly bullish in the markets. This move down to the 50% on the daily was immediately bought, and hence the larger tail below us. And so with the break of the previous swing high and today's sort of inside day, tomorrow will be a really telling day. Tomorrow we'll need to come up and break this 24.7125s. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, 2 or 3 days of an inside day is okay, but I want to see it hopefully by the end of the week to break that high. Otherwise, breaking the low of Tuesday's candle, 24.4550, would then really kind of start to shake out some of those new long positions. And so that level, if we break that 24, 45, 50, I would want to see if it's a swift break or if it's just a small break by a few ticks and then there's buying coming back in. But as it stands right now, things are looking pretty good. Kind of resistance area back here from July 24.65, kind of where we're sitting, up to 24.80. But lots of good trading opportunities are presenting themselves. And Bitcoin is also on its way up to 5,000, inched ever so close last week. But we'll be watching that. We'll be watching the ES. We'll be talking about some other markets. So feel free to tune in tomorrow morning, emoneymind.com/VIP. I wish you all a good week of trading, and we'll talk to you in the morning.